What's good, faithful? It's the one and only. I call us the Get Fresh crew. You got your boy Wayne Breezy and Mike Andrews over here. We are the freshest 49er content creators out there in the building. You know how we represent. Shout out to everybody that's tuning into the show. Welcome to No Harm, No Foul. Mike, what's going on, baby, on this Face Off Friday?
Let's go, baby. How we in here with another face-off? This is going to be a fun one, man. I really can't wait to dive into this one, man. The 49ers are out there breaking news. We out here doing this. Wayne is out there traveling. Everybody's got something going on today. You know what I mean? There's never a dull moment with the San Francisco 49ers or its content creators. So that's why you all are tuned in. I can't wait to get to it all right now, man. Wayne, let's just go ahead and have some fun, man. Let's do this.
Let's have some fun. Now, listen, we're going to talk about this face-off matchup. But first, we got some breaking news. You got the 49ers making the trade with the Denver Broncos. You know who told me they had a good relationship with the Denver Broncos, Mike?
John Lynch.
No. Peachy told me that John Lynch had a great relationship with the Denver Broncos. So I want to give some flowers to Peachy out there for making known of that. We got to do it with our mouths this week. Listen, look, they always had a good relationship. They've always going to continue to have a great relationship. I may mention that if they do have this relationship, I would like to get a certain DB from that team. I don't think the Denver Broncos, we'll find out this week if the Denver Broncos are going to try to savage anything. But listen, look, the Niners gave up a 6th-round 2024 pick, and they ended up getting a Randy Gregory and a 7th-round 2024 pick on top of that. So they got a 2-for-1er here. Mike, what's your quick thoughts on this Randy Gregory trade, man? How you feeling about it, baby?
It sends me with mixed emotions, man. You know, coming after week 1, I was really high on my guy Drake Jackson. Throughout preseason, I thought Cleveland Farrell looked like he showed some promise, just needed a couple more opportunities. And then they go out and make this move, which kind of contradicts all of what I felt originally. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to make of this. I don't know how many people you could possibly have coming off the edge. Is this a white flag on Jackson? Is this a white flag on Farrell? Is it a white flag on both of these guys? I just don't know, because his numbers don't really pop to me. He's never had more than 6 sacks in a season. He's been a guy in and out of trouble throughout his time in the NFL. This was a guy that, well, I don't want to seem like I'm a hater, but I was personally not in favor of this move. But here we are. They did it anyway, and we're going to have to just see what happens. I don't know how else to explain it. We just got to see what happens.
I agree with you, Mike. Listen, the only reason why I wasn't in favor of this move, it was brought to my attention. I thought that he was going to be let go, and the Niners would try to pick him up on the low, on the cheap. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, it didn't work out that in the Niners' favor. But the reason why I wasn't really high on this move is because I didn't think he fit the what's the word that we use, the culture of what this team has built over the years. But you know what? I'm always the type of person that's willing to give a person the benefit of the doubt, and people change, Mike. And I'm thinking Chris Kosaric is like, listen, I need another edge rusher. I can use some more help. We're not getting the production from our own edge rushers, not even Nick Bosa. We just did an episode about not getting sacks. The pressures are there, but the sacks aren't. I believe we're the number 2 or number 3 team in total pressures on defense. But listen, now you just added another pressure piece, and you added a former Cowboy. This is going to be fun because, you know, Cowboys using Trey Lance for some ops. Now we got a former Cowboy with us that can use for some ops, and Randy Gregory. I'm gonna find a way to like the signing, Mike. I'm sure you're gonna find a way to like the signing, and as long as he get more than 4.5 sacks or 5 sacks, I'm good. I'm good with it.
I really wonder if they talked with his agent and asked the agent, "Hey, is he interested in coming here?" Right? If the report had already come out that the Broncos were going to cut him, and then they asked the agent, "Is he interested in coming?" and he said no, then I understand why you trade. Now you don't have a choice, right? But the flip side is you said the humbug, right? The contract. He's got more than $10 million due. I know it's going to be important to some people, as opposed to if he's a free agent, you go out there and you sign him, and the deal is what the deal is. You know, the Broncos end up being responsible for some of that money, and that still could be the case. We don't know all the details of this trade yet. I'm sure that will emerge, but as it happens, we will break it down. We will get to it all. We promise you guys that you guys won't miss a beat. Make sure you guys subscribe to both channels here, Nothing But Niners and the Twebin, all right, the Wayne Breezy Entertainment Network. Look up Wayne Breezy on your YouTube channels, man. Let's go.
All right, Mike, let's get down to the get down. Today's show is Face Off Friday. So you know what time it is. We pick two positions and we have them battle it out. Mike, look, before we get into that injury report, listen, there are no injuries pretty much other than Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell's on the injury report with a knee. I don't expect him to play, but Debo's healthy. Mooney Ward is healthy. Aiyuk is healthy. Jawan Jennings is healthy. Mike, the Niners are going to be fully loaded. Click, click.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
You
Yes,
feel
sir.
me? Fully loaded. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But let's get down to the get down, man. Face off, CeeDee Lamb versus Brandon Aiyuk. Former first round picks, because they both were first round picks in the 2020 draft. You got pick 17 going against pick 25. Mike, state your bid.
Man, listen, I'm going to come straight out the gate and just let y'all know that the red and gold is never to be undersold, man. Brandon Aiyuk is a better wide receiver than CeeDee Lamb is ever going to be. I'm saying it right now. Better route runner, better hands. My man is more dependable. I'm just going to come out here and say it right now, man. My man, let's just go over some numbers here. Let's just go over some very, very general numbers. 49 career games for Brandon Aiyuk, and how that stacks up against CeeDee Lamb, 53. CeeDee Lamb has been more available than Brandon Aiyuk. Kudos to him for that. All right. Now, in those 53 games, CeeDee Lamb has 283 receptions. All right. And Brandon Aiyuk's 49 games, he has 211. In those 211 games, Brandon Aiyuk has amassed 2,909 receiving yards. All right. In those 53 games, CeeDee Lamb is with 3,705. So CeeDee Lamb has more yards. He's even got more touchdowns with 20. All right. Brandon Aiyuk is at 20. I'm sorry. CeeDee Lamb is 21. Brandon Aiyuk is 20. My apologies. But here's where we start to see what really counts. Yards per reception. Brandon Aiyuk is at 13.8, while CeeDee Lamb is at 13.1. Now, I'm not saying that counts only because that's the one category that he's better in, because we know that there's some backstory. We know that there's some usage issues that happen here in San Francisco between Brandon Aiyuk and Kyle Shanahan, the doghouse, and using him sparingly and not really wanting him to be a part of it. Got to go out there and earn it and all that. And yet and still, when the dust settles, he's got one touchdown less than the guy that had a parade thrown for him, and Michael Irvin announced to the whole world that he earned the right to wear number 88. And we remember him snatching the phone out of Shorty's hand, like, hey, don't be looking through my phone when they drafted me. What you doing? You remember that? That was one of my favorite draft moments also. I like that. Shorty thought this was my time. He ain't going to be worried about me. I'm going to see who was texting him. And he was like, don't play that. So that was one of my favorite things about him. But let's get back to it. This guy was thrown into the offense. They wanted him to be a part of it. They put him in full bore right away from week one, where Brandon Aiyuk kind of had to earn it. And here they are, barely separated by 600 yards, 700 yards. More games.
Like you said, without being utilized, with
Mm-hmm.
being in the doghouse, without being the number one option. So you telling me Aiyuk got 600 less yards than CeeDee Lamb, and he was the number 4th option on the team last year?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's got to say something to you, Wayne. What are you thinking here?
Well, first, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it just hit me when you started saying numbers. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like I had to do it. He only needs 600 less yards than a number 1 wide receiver for a team, than the number 1 option from a team.
800. I'm sorry, 800. 37 to 29.
Okay, so 8. I thought you said 6, but you guys meant 8. Okay, so 800. Still, like if you look at Brandon Aiyuk, you could tell this year. Let's talk about this season. Let's go to this season stats. Pull up this season stats. Let's focus on this season. Before we do that, JP Hella Hard 2800 sent nothing but Niners a super chat. Mike, go ahead and read that, baby.
All right, JP says Niners Purdy 4, Cowboys 17. He's getting the record predictions out there, guys. Let me explain them one more time for those of you who are new to this. When he says Purdy 4, he means 34, because Brock Purdy will get you 30 every time. So he's saying Purdy 4 to 17. I like that, man. Niners doubling up what the Cowboys score is going to be. I'll take that all day.
I'll take it all day as well. All right. So when I look at Brandon Ayuk and I look at CeeDee Lamb, they're both dominant wide receivers in the league. So this is not me taking any shots at CeeDee Lamb whatsoever. When he's utilized, when he's given the ball, when he's given the rock, he makes plays. He's a nice wide receiver, great wide receiver. But there's things that Brandon Ayuk, in my opinion, just does better. And I think you kind of went through the list of things. And so now when you start looking at this season, and I only want to focus on this season because I feel like this season, both receivers are number ones. I would say CeeDee Lamb is a number one wide receiver, has kind of been since his sophomore year with the Dallas Cowboys. But I feel like this year alone is Brandon Ayuk's season as a number one wide receiver. So let's just focus on this. And mind you, when you pull up these stats, Mike, you have to understand that people out there need to understand that Brandon Aiyuk missed a full game. All right. And played.
I'm gonna remind them.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, let's talk about how these receivers, stat for stat, category for category, how they matching up.
All right. So here we go. All right. This year, again, 3 games for Brandon Aiyuk, 4 games for CeeDee Lamb. Did you know his name is Sedarius DeLeon?
I did.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. That is something that's always stuck out in my mind. Sedarius Leon. All right. So Brandon Aiyuk in 3 games has 17. I apologize. I got to get my drink from back here. He has 17 receptions on 20 targets. Okay. You have CeeDee Lamb with 23 receptions on 30 targets. All right. So that right there, 10 more targets. That's about equivalent to a full game. I think that's safe to say, right? 13.4 yards of reception for CeeDee Lamb, while Brandon Aiyuk is at 18.8. All right. Let me tell you all about the total yards now. Okay. 309 receiving yards for Sedarius DeLeon Lamb. 320 yards for Brandon Aiyuk with a whole less game.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, 320 yards for Brandon Aiyuk, 309 yards for CeeDee Lamb.
So Brandon Aiyuk missed a whole game and has more yards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's not, and now he's not blowing them out. He's not blowing. It's only 11 yards more.
11 yards. It's 11 yards.
Yeah, but that's significant considering he didn't play a whole game. That's significant. Come on, I know you're going to say something about like you just going.
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, like, look, like I just nothing to say about it. Like that's where you stick your chest out and you be like, now what?
Yeah.
Go touchdowns because I know he win in that category too.
Okay, yeah. CeeDee Lamb has 1 touchdown on the season.
I think Aiyuk has
Brandon Aiyuk
2, right?
Has 2.
So that's one more touchdown.
Here's an interesting stat. 17 first downs.
Okay.
Now, I want to remind y'all that he only has 17 receptions. 17 first downs for Brandon Aiyuk this year.
Yeah.
Every reception has resulted in a first down and or touchdown. I just want to put that on record. Okay. CeeDee Lamb has 14 first downs.
Okay.
I
mean, you had me like Mike. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Success percentage. Okay. Now the success percentage is a successful reception gains at least 40% of the yards required. We did this before, but I'll read it to y'all again. On first down, it's got to be 40%. On second down, it's got to be 60% of the yards required to get a first down. And on third or fourth down, it has to be 100% of the yards required to get a first down. Okay. So on successful receptions, Brandon Aiyuk is sitting at 85%. 85. CeeDee Lamb is sitting at 60. Wayne, I got to hear from you, man. I see you taking it all. You like a sponge, but you look like you're getting wise as you're sitting there. I've never seen a sponge get wise. Y'all supposed to get soggy. Y'all supposed to start bloating, but you're not doing that. It seems like something is emanating in your mind over there. Like what's tell me something. What's happening over there?
You ever sat in a college class or a college course or a high school course and you sat there and the professor had you at like hello? And so no matter what they were trying to explain to you, you kind of like just zoned out because you was already bought in.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you had me at the numbers being close with a whole game minus from one receiver.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On top of that, Brandon Aiyuk is putting up all pro numbers,
Mm.
and he still ain't the number one option. Yo, if we was off the air, I would have said something I shouldn't be saying right
Yeah.
there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. If Brandon Aiyuk, wait a minute.
Come on now. It's setting in. I told y'all it was setting in. I could see it. I could see it stewing in my man's mind over there. I can see it.
This is why we had the conversation. We did an episode, guys. Y'all don't pay fucking attention. We did an episode about BA being a top 5 wide receiver in the league. And you can't factor off of yards alone, depending on how you're utilized in your team's offense. Brandon Aiyuk, Mike, is still like probably option 4 on this offense, bro. I don't think that's ever going to change.
Yep. Brandon Aiyuk is sitting at 85% catch percentage. CeeDee Lamb is at 76%. And by the way, 76 is still great. I want to be very clear that that's not a knock.
It's the fact is there's another. The fact is both are taking the same test and one is scoring better. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yards per target. CeeDee Lamb is at 10.3. So he's running 10-yard routes. Okay.
First down routes.
Brandon Aiyuk, 16. I thought they told me that Brock Purdy couldn't. Never mind. That's fine. That's all right. I'm not going to go there. Rushing attempts. Here we go. Let's see if this helps him out here. Okay, this does actually. CeeDee Lamb has 3 rushing attempts for 21 yards. It's averaging 7 a pop with a first down. Okay. No touchdowns. Brandon Aiyuk this year, nada. Goose egg in there. Big fat 0. Okay,
yeah, I don't think
nothing there.
I don't think it's time for that yet in Kyle Shanahan's plan. I think and part of it is because he has so many other wide receivers he could run with.
Yeah.
You got Debo, you got Ray, you got Ronnie Bell. But that does, and the whole purpose for Kyle is keep you sleeping on BA not running the ball. We might get an end around in this game, this upcoming game, just because they ain't seen it yet.
Yeah. So it ends up being this 26 total touches for CeeDee Lamb, averaging 12.7 yards a touch, totaling 330 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 fumble. Okay. Where Brandon Aiyuk finishes with 17 touches, 18.8 yards per touch, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no fumbles. Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence speaks for itself. I mean, I don't know how much of a face-off this was supposed to be. I mean, I know we want to highlight both players, but, you know, I'm the person that usually comes in this thing a little optimistic, wanting to give the other opponent some more credit than what they deserve. I mean, last week, I was caping from my guy, James Conner, over CMC. I can't bring myself to. I really hate the Cowboys. I don't know if maybe it's the Cowboys. I just don't like the Cowboys. So this is not fair to whoever was going to be our face-off Friday component. It was just not going to work in favor for the Cowboys.
Listen, look, CeeDee Lamb, that's going to be their number 1 target. Like that's going to be their number 1 option. Like he's a big play. He's going to be lined up in the slot. He's a big receiver. They're going to be able to try to mismatch him. Isaiah Oliver, Diamondor Lenore, whoever plays in the nickel is going to have their hands full if they choose to do that. I've never seen the 49ers best defensive back go with the best defensive player like since Richard Sherman. Like it's just not here. Like that's not. And he didn't, right? And I don't see us doing that. I don't see Mooney Ward doing that. I feel like they're going to try to get the mismatch with Lamb. So let's talk about this upcoming game. Okay. I don't think anybody can cover. You talk about the money that he gonna get?
Yes.
$809.
The 49ers are only paying Randy Gregory the veteran minimum.
Yo,
they got him for free.
$840K, bro.
I'm sorry. They got him for free.
Now, what happens next season, we don't care. But right now, it's only $840K. He making
a 6th round pick.
he making about the same amount of money, or maybe 100 more K than Brock Purdy right now.
Oh my God.
And you getting him as depth, right? Like he's not gonna come in here and start, but you're getting him as a rotational piece.
Yeah.
You know. But let's go to this game right here, man. CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
Is it possible that CeeDee Lamb has a better game than Brandon Aiyuk? Is it
Yes,
possible?
and he should. Yes, and he should. Oh, this is where the fans start to hate me. Okay, all right. It just set in.
You see,
it just set in.
Am I good or am I getting better, bro? Like, am I getting better at this stuff?
Okay, yeah. But you know, I got to keep it concrete, bro. I got to keep it concrete. Listen, man, the truth of the matter is the Niners are going to spread the ball around, and I think this becomes a ball control thing. I think a lot more rushing attempts. I think we see 2 backs out of the backfield this week getting more than 10 carries. All right. You know that Christian McCaffrey is going to get his, but whoever our RB2 is going to be, whether it be Jordan Mason or maybe they switch it up and do TDP or something, I don't know, but it's probably going to be Mason. He's going to get 10 plus carries as well. Not all just coming in the fourth quarter either. I think that the Niners spread the ball around and play a little bit of keep away. They take it easy on first and second down, do most of their passing on third and fourth downs in this game, where I think the Niners jump out to an early lead. Cowboys have to pass to try to catch up. That benefits CeeDee Lamb. So I do think that he will have a better statistical day than Brandon Aiyuk. Also, keep in mind what Wayne said before he asked this question. The Niners never take their number 1 corner and put him on the number 1 wide receiver. So that allows opposing teams' players to find the sweet spot on the team. You know what I'm saying? They get to find the sweet spot on the field. They're not going to line up in man. Well, let's zone them to death. And they're going to put in a bunch of zone beaters. And this guy can't cover me in zone. This guy can't catch me in zone. They're going to do that. And they're going to do it a lot. So that benefits CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it does benefit Lamb. Again, this is going to come down to the 49ers doing one thing, and that's getting pressure on Dak Prescott, because you want to force him to make inconsistent, inaccurate type of throws. If the 49ers rushes there and they're getting pressure on this guy, maybe he doesn't cook up, as much as, and you got to look out for other wide receivers. But Lamb is their number 1 target. As much as I like Tony Pollard in the run game, I think it's going to be obsolete in this game. I think the 49ers, what the Niners come to do. But when you look at Brandon Aiyuk, I feel like he doesn't like people. I see they're saying he's the number 2 option. Is he? It's more of whatever Kyle kind of dials up and what Brock feels comfortable in throwing. So if he sees his man in man coverage, he's throwing it to Brandon Aiyuk all day.
I'm sorry. They're saying who's the number 2 option?
Brandon Aiyuk.
Okay, all right. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. But if you look at it, like his production kind of puts him as that number 2 option, opposed to him being the 4th option, like how he was last year. But I still don't think he's the number 2 option.
I don't think the option is based off of. I don't think production is reflective of which option you are. I think touches is what makes you an option on a team.
Okay, but he's getting the touches, right?
He's got 17.
6. Yeah, so he's getting 6. So who has more than him on the 49ers as a wide receiver?
Well, okay. So, all right. That as a wide receiver, I'll answer that. But that also should not exclude running backs.
Running backs are going to get more touches than anybody on the team, right?
Not always. Not always.
Well, I mean, our running backs. And the reason why I said that is because they're going to be utilized in the run game. So that's 10 to 12 touches a piece. And then they're going to be utilized in the pass game, which is what, 4 to 6? For a guy like Christian McCaffrey, he might finish with 30 touches.
Debo has 28 touches already on the season.
Damn. Well, that's because he gets the ball handed off plus his targets. So he would be the number 2 option, right?
So Debo has 28 targets, 17 receptions, and then he has how many rushing attempts does he have? 11. He has 11 rushing attempts.
So that's in the 30s, almost 40 touches.
Yeah, he's at a total of 28 touches on the season.
Oh, that's with the rushing attempts in there.
Right. Well, I counted targets. I didn't count just receptions. I counted targets. So the targets are a big part of this. Brandon Aiyuk has only got 3 drops or 3 non-catches on his target. So that's a real number when you see the 17. Like, that's legit what it is for him. Debo's had 11 of them that he didn't come down with. And again, he's got another 11 carries as a running back. Who's another wide receiver we should look at as getting some catches? I don't know if many other ones.
I feel like
are getting
it's George Kittle's not getting the target, so to me he's kind of slid off as an option.
Oh, is this the game that we're not supposed to be doing that? I'm sorry. George Kittle this year has a total of 14 touches, which is only 3 less than Brandon Aiyuk.
Wow, it doesn't seem like it though.
At all, right? Like
no,
at all.
It seems like Kittle is obsolete.
Yeah. Ronnie Bell has 3 touches on the season. Let me see what
so
McLeod
it's Christian McCaffrey, it's Deebo Samuel as the number 2 option, then it's Brandon Aiyuk, then it's George Kittle. You see the numbers how they shift. Now let's go and check out Dallas Cowboys so we can see what their options are, because I guarantee you it should be CeeDee Lamb, it may be Jake Ferguson, then it may be Tony Pollard, or vice versa. Let's see if their running back leads them as well.
So Jake Ferguson has a total of 17 touches.
So he matches Aiyuk.
Right, but that is less than CeeDee Lamb, who has 26. Who else did you say? You said Jake Ferguson.
Let's look up Tony Pollard, who should be number 1. And this is how
Pollard is sitting at 88 touches. God, already.
Wait a minute. How many touches does Christian McCaffrey have?
Oh, we about to start some shit.
150 billion?
Now they're gonna say that we overusing them, man. I'm just letting you know now. You about to start something, and you don't want to do this.
Now we got 2.5 minutes.
He's at 98 touches.
That's why I wanted to leave the running backs out.
Yeah, but I mean, but when you say option on a team, it's where am I in the pecking order?
Right. So it's all right. So that's dope. So these are still face off. I know people are like, what are they talking about? We still facing off. There's so many different options, right? When you're looking at the option, we're focusing on Aiyuk and Lamb. So Lamb is more of a target. Then he's more of an option for Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys.
We forgot about Michael Gallup too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Gallup is sitting at,
or Brandon Cooks.
Right. He's sitting at 13 touches.
Then you got to look up Jawan Jennings. If you're going to do 3 wides, then you got to look up Jennings touches.
Right. Brandon Cooks is sitting at 8 touches. Juananan. Jauan. No, Jauan. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Jawan Jennings is sitting at 4 touches on the season. So he is 2 right now. Again, barely. If Kittle wasn't injured, Kittle would be passing by now. Him and Kittle are right there with each other. And imagine what Deebo would have if he wasn't. Oh, he's 3. He's 3. Christian McCaffrey 1, Deebo 2, Aiyuk, then Brandon Aiyuk. There you go.
And then George Kittle 4. Jawan Jennings might not even be 5.
No.
It might be Ray McLeod.
Right. McLeod was higher than him. Yep.
All right.
And then you have CeeDee Lamb, who's option 2 on their team.
So if we facing off Lamb and Aiyuk, does it change a little bit?
The better player is Brandon Aiyuk with a bullet. Like it's not close, right? Like I hate to sound cocky and arrogant. Like it's not close. It's not close. The third option is out producing a second option on the team, and a team that passes more. Come on, man. It's not even. It's this light work.
All right, let's do a prediction. Let's do a prediction.
Okay, we doing stat lines, right?
We're just gonna do easy predictions. Which wide receiver will finish with more yards, Aiyuk or CeeDee Lamb?
Lamb.
Which wide receiver will finish with more touchdowns, Aiyuk or CeeDee Lamb? Which wide receiver will finish with more touches in this game?
Lamb.
So again, which wide receiver will have the better game?
Depends on which. Depends on what you call game.
Like,
that's kind of cool, bro.
If you put all those together, which wide receiver gonna finish better?
Well, fantasy wise,
what?
Aiyuk. I did it. All right, I'm taking Aiyuk.
Take us home, bro. You better take Aiyuk this week because you ain't like them comments last week. Go ahead, bro.
He's going to have less yards and less receptions, but he's going to have more touchdowns. He's going to have more first down conversions, more third down conversions. More touchdowns. He's just going to be the better player out there on the field, guys. That's what you're going to see. Brandon Aiyuk for the dub, man. This is a face-off Friday. I want to thank my man Wayne. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Wayne Breezy's channel on YouTube. Make sure you guys
make sure you subscribe to Nothing But Niners, man. This is where it all started. The originator, none greater, Mike. Hey, drop that ish.
No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. This is no harm, no foul. Peace.